Desde la mañana estoy escuchando ruidos súper extraños en el primer piso. Si quieres asesinarme, solo aplaude.
Welcome back with another banger. Hit that like, sub it up, don't react, bounce. Hit that like, sub it up, don't react, bounce. Y'all feel me? Let's run it.
Y salir del bucle 1944-2025. Bueno, el experimento es así. Bueno, ahora tengo que lograr este electromagnetismo logrado en las dos bobinas, pasarlo al polo negativo y al polo positivo para lograr las dos simulaciones. Para eso vamos a utilizar el pensamiento amplificado. Tenemos inducido el dispositivo de los mundos virtuales. Ahora queda soltarlos. Ahí va. Ahí tenemos los mundos. El positivo y el negativo. La simulación, como ven, hay mundos adentro de otros mundos. Es como que hay varias capas. Y cada simulación va repercutiendo en la simulación posterior. Eso es todo. Luego con los mundos alternativos.
The man who divided reality into two worlds. Shout out to Unexplainable Truth. This man proved Tesla was right about everything he said.
Uninvited.
Right there this time. Hello? Hey, no. No, stay there. Hey. Oh my God. Dude. It's okay. It's okay.
Хорош. Найден на дне Черного моря. Неизвестный. Как вы думаете, это настоящий? Или придуманный персонаж? Одной ноги почему-то нету. Офигеть.
It says in the book of Enoch, 200 angels fell from heaven after taking earthly women as wives. These angels were known as the Watchers, and they were tasked with watching humanity. Instead, they thought it'd be a great idea to go against God and take earthly women as wives. Probably not the best idea in retrospect. The Earth Impact Database confirms 190 meteor impact craters all around the world. And all of these impact craters appear to have been caused by something falling directly down into the Earth. not at an angle that something from outer space would cause. It would leave a trail a mile long and debris everywhere. There's none of this on any of these 190 craters. And where are the other 10 craters? Probably in the oceans. 200 craters, 200 angels. Coincidence? Einstein didn't think so. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. You're awesome.
That's crazy. 190 confirmed impact craters, according to Dr. Carlisle S. Beals, the Earth Impact Database. I didn't even know that existed. Shout out to Alternative Theory. I could definitely see 10 being scattered across the oceans. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one in Antarctica.
So I'm out minding my own business. Y'all see the Coca-Cola building there, and there's Georgia Tech. What is this? What's flying in the air? What the hell is this? And it's like a pole going down, but it can't. It's impossible. That cannot be anything that's that high, like erect. That's Coca-Cola, honey. That's 20-something floors. So that's in the sky. What is this?
Oh my God, there goes Ian. That's just not, it's moving sideways. Oh, feel it? It ain't thunder. Look.
The temporary closure of the airspace over El Paso has been lifted. I'm Madison Sawyer with CBS News Texas, and that is the latest information from the FAA. Overnight, around 11 o'clock, all flights in and out of El Paso had been stopped by the FAA due to what was being described as special security reasons. But the FAA just released a statement saying that temporary closure of the airspace over El Paso has been lifted, and there is no threat to commercial aviation, so all flights will resume as normal. We also found out a little bit more context from the FAA as well as from administration officials saying that FAA closure was actually triggered by Mexican cartel drones that were breaching U.S. airspace. The Department of War took action to disable those drones, and as of now, the FAA and the Department of War have determined that there is no threat to commercial travel. But this was unprecedented. They were saying, as of this morning, that airspace was going to be closed for 10 days, which meant that American Airlines flights and Southwest flights out of DFW and Love Field were also being impacted by this. We spoke to travelers who arrived at the airport this morning expecting to get on flights to El Paso and had to change those travel plans. So this is a story that we are going to continue to monitor throughout our CBS Texas newsroom throughout the day.
The IRL in Antarctica, boys. IRL in Antarctica.
Hello. How's it going? Not that good. So you have a Starlink? Yeah. Okay, it's confiscated. You will receive it on the way back. You can't use it on the land? Say it? Can't use it on the land? No. Okay. We checked it in biosecurity yesterday and they didn't have a problem really going on, but you're the captain, so it's all yours. Okay. You will receive it in the end of the trip, okay? Okay, cool. It's not such devices, they're not anything that is related to the internet connection, cyber security is completely forbidden. Really? So no one's allowed to have a Starlink? Nope. Not even a single piece of internet. Really? On land? That is not secure. No. Is that for like all of it? I'm just asking questions. I'm not arguing with you. For all of Antarctica? Yeah. Okay. For all, it's available for all ships. It's not only this ship, all the ships around, and especially this one we have cyber security. We have forces to follow. Unfortunately, we cannot let you. Right, when you're on land. Yeah. And that's for every ship in Antarctica? Yeah, for everybody. Okay. But our procedures, they are very strict, and such devices, they are not allowed, unfortunately. Yeah, no. That's fine. Thank you for informing us. I apologize if there was any issue. I just didn't, I didn't see any problem with it, like online when I was researching and stuff, but you're the captain. Okay. Thank you so much.
He makes a good point. He didn't see anything about it online. They should have had a list of restrictions. Shout out to Ice Poseidon, live streaming from Antarctica. I don't know about them taking his things though. I understand telling him to turn it off. Last I checked, it's not even a country.
A couple days ago, the treaty that protected you from those expired. What does that mean? Nothing. Ignore it. Yeah, because if we can reverse this, we can fix pretty much everything. When a water bubble undergoes a rapid pressure change, it does something called cavitation. And it looks so cool. But the same phenomenon that does this is the same reason why nuclear bombs are so destructive. When the pressure gets too great, either in the bubble or the explosion, it collapses in on itself. This is why nukes are so destructive. That jet hits the ground and destroys everything. This is what it looks like when you create it electrically underwater. But this can also tear up gears and propellers on boats. That's pretty well known, but if you use acoustics to drive the process, you can create something called sonoluminescence. This causes that reaction to happen thousands of times per second. That symmetrical collapse creates a region of no time and no space that can be reconfigured into pretty much any element that you want. This is done through geometry. What you're looking at is a precisely calculated sphere attached to a motor. Those little flashes that you see are the plasmoids zipping in and out of reality, reconfiguring the elements as they come back. This is real tech. You can watch this video of Malcolm running this old school Chevy indoors. The exhaust produces breathable oxygen. The same geometry in the mushroom cloud is the same geometry used to reconfigure the elements. This is what that weird looking alchemical art was hiding. It was woven into religion by artists who knew, because it comes from Chem, the most mysterious and well-guarded place on Earth. So fuck your new treaty. I would rather die in that fireball than live in a world of fear. If mutually assured destruction is the policy instead of mutually assured survival of the planet and species, I think it's a responsibility of everyone to learn why this stuff is the way it is so we never have to go through this ever again. That's crazy. Anyway, Team Human.
Team Human. Very fascinating. Shout out to baseforge.us. Tiny fractal nukes that defy science. That experiment with the box Chevy was wild.
They would lift this hatch. That hole is so small. It could barely fit an adult. My God. They would do anything to be free. I've seen a lot of things in my life, but this is easily the most incredible. Wow. And voila, you would never know. Incredible.
That is incredible. That's wild. Underground railroad stop found in Manhattan. So this is a dresser in the Merchant's House Museum, built in 1832. The first of its kind discovered in Manhattan in over 100 years. Shout out to Cheryl Wills at New York One, who got an exclusive first look at the concealed passage. That's wild. That joint was deep. Because this is a recent discovery, I wonder what other passages it leads to.
Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia. Look at this thing. Not a castle, and the inside's based off a cathedral so the prisoners could repent, because it's a penitentiary. 1829, I think they had like 7 cells and somehow ran water and electricity in 1829. I believe that, right? What was going on back then? More fortitude to strike fear into the people to not commit crime, or misery in their eyes, or some other BS. There's a whole bunch of nonsense online about it. You know, like, I don't know. Hey, what if I'm wrong? Could someone who says I'm wrong tell me what all these little slits were always for? We all know what they're for, but I want them to explain it to me, like I'm a buffoon. Why? Why do they always have these little slits? The naysayers, not the smart people. I know what they're for, bow and arrows. But this is a prison. Why would they have that? I don't know, man. 1829 for a prison. somehow had running water and heat in 1829 because the prisoners in solitary confinement 23 hours a day deserved heat and running water. How about give them some light? And you don't have to somehow have heat and running water in 1829 for a castle that looks like a church but is a penitentiary. Come on, Eastern State Penitentiary, let's get into it. On a beautiful day in Philadelphia. I appreciate the people that understand a beautiful day. It's subliminally telling people, hey, because our brain's silly. Our brain's like, hey, let's have a bad day. Like, oh, let's go with it. They're like, no, I want to have a good day. Your brain's like, yeah, let's go with that. So if I could say, hey, a beautiful day wherever town or whatever state I'm in, if someone's listening like, yeah, you know what? He's right. It is a beautiful day. Then I did my job on a beautiful day in Philadelphia. Make it make sense. So clearly the door's open, but it's locked on the inside. And what is that? Some sort of star fort? Is that what the 7 rooms they were talking about? That had the running water and electricity? Come on, man. Why would they say they were open online? Thank God it's very close to the museums of where I was trying to go. But why would they... What the hell is going on here? Huh? What is going on here? Guess I'll have to come back. Damn right. This thing goes the whole block. Eastern State Penitentiary. Make it make sense. Come on, you star fort looking penitentiary. Make it make sense.
Eastern State Penitentiary. Make it make sense. Shout out to Big T Mims. Unfortunately, it was closed. But even when he went to the gate, it looked fascinating. It's without a doubt, that building's Tartarian. Definitely a beautiful day.
Giants were very much real, and they were around not too long ago. But these versions were the smallest of the giant, where it seems like after the last reset, either directly or indirectly, they were slowly phased out. These were not individuals, though, that suffered from giganticism. You see no disfigurements, no deformations, just giant people living side by side with us little people. Once they were phased out to nothing more than a genetic abnormality, then the removal of them from history began, where we are told today that the thousands of years of shared history with them, all the depictions of them, all the pictures of them, are nothing more than just fables. Fables that were depicted the same in every country for thousands of years. The parasites had to remove them, though. To get us to deny our creator, they had to install all these theories like evolution, and giants would certainly go against that poorly constructed theory. It is up to you to see through the lies, though. I am here to present a different side of the narrative. It is up to you to choose to unlearn all that you have learned, because history is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
I definitely believe they were giants. I agree, having them around would definitely go against their agenda. Shout out to I'm the Improbable Dream.
Yo, this man really in here hanging on the car. Oh, shit. Oh. Tripping.
It's crazy.
Oh.
He's just trying to kill me. Go. Not wrong with that.
Hey, get the fuck out of the city.
Oh, what? Hey, are you seeing this? Come here, Bobby. A plane just crashed on the road. A plane just crashed on the freaking road.
In the world? I need to hurry up and get out of goddamn Baytown, Texas. Look at what's coming out from... Oh no, got to go.
Well, they do say everything is bigger in Texas. Could you imagine seeing a bug this big underneath your car? Not even bug spray would help you with this one. Why are bugs so big in Texas?
Could you imagine a driver coming back to his truck and having to see that? Yeah, I'm going to the store and I'm grabbing about 3 roach bombs and I'm letting them off right there. And I'm calling animal control.
Wake up, God family. You know we can do this. If we get the right amount of helium in our system, we can do this. This is us. We need helium. They use helium in high-speed internet service. The fiber optic cables are manufactured in helium atmosphere. High-speed internet. They even use it for mobile phones. Phones, TVs, computers, tablets. If a device contains a chip, it's not possible without helium. They mix helium with oxygen in the medical field called heliox. It treats respiratory ailments like asthma and emphysema. Helium. They use it for MIR magnets, the super powerful magnets. Imagine if we had it. Magneto. Microscopes. They use helium for microscope. We getting somewhere, huh? The ability to zoom in with your vision. This is why they keeping it from us. They use helium for computer hard drives. And it actually helps with storage capacity. We need this. They use it for cleaning rocket fuel tanks. They use it in airbags because it's the fastest diffusing gas. They use it to detect leaks on ships because it can go through metal and solid objects faster than any other gas. Nightcrawler. They use it for silly stuff. They use it for welding shields to cool down the glass so that you don't get burnt. A heat resistance. Who do you think collects the most helium? The United States, of course. 20.6 billion.
Those are 7 things I didn't know helium was used for, especially the computer chips. Shout out to Osiris. It would definitely take a lot of helium to teleport like Nightcrawler.
This is exactly why you should always make sure you have water running if you ain't gonna be home. Now, I ain't very smart, but yeah, this sucks. It's gonna suck to clean this place up. Pipe burst last week. Yeah, this is not ideal. I can't even get down the steps to check out the basement. Dang. It's pretty though.
The sun just released one of the most powerful solar flares that we have been able to see in years, and it knocked out radio signals all across Africa and Europe. So literally just happening on February the 4th, the sun fired off what's called a X4.2 solar flare. And if you didn't know this, X class is actually the highest category of a solar flare that there is, and this one was strong enough to block out radio communications across Western Africa and Southern Europe. Okay. But this is where it gets insane, because the sunspot that actually fired this off, which is called Region 4366, is absolutely massive. And whenever I say massive, I mean that this thing is 15 Earths wide. You can literally see these sunspots yourself from Earth on the ground with solar eclipse glasses, and it hasn't stopped. This one sunspot region alone has already fired off over 10 X-class flares since February 1st alone, including an X8.4 that was the strongest flare of the entire year. Now, scientists are currently saying that a wave of energy from one of these flares is actually expected to hit Earth, which could mean auroras visible way farther south than normal. Again, this could include not only Scotland, but also northern England and even parts of the northern US. And by the way, scientists are saying that this sunspot is still active right now, which means that more are probably gonna come.
Maybe that's why it's so warm today. Shout out to Nick Jackson.
inside the hollow earth been living there for 2,500 years. There is one continent inside the earth and one ocean, their capital city, is built around the original lost Garden of Eden. The vegetation grows like a paradise. The people live to be up to 800 years old. They communicate with telepathy. The inner earth people have built these androids that fly their flying saucers out to reconnoiter the outer earth. Our government has been knocking flying saucers out of the sky and back engineering these flying saucers. The people that live in the hollow earth are not extraterrestrials.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the deep dive. Enjoyed this video. Please consider to give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Shout outs to all the reactors. Thanks again. Till next time.